Now is the time to buy. Home buyers, please pay attention to what I have to say. I have an urgent message for you today, and I need you to really digest what I'm sharing if you're on the fence for buying a house in 2022. There's a very small window of opportunity right now that will be closing very quickly if you don't take action soon. And I'm going to break it all down in exactly what I'm talking about right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is about living, working, and playing in Charlotte, North Carolina, then subscribe below and click the bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Charlotte, North Carolina. My name is Brian Taylor. I'm the owner of Dreamline Realty. My team and I get calls, texts, and emails every single week from people just like you that are either currently living in Charlotte or looking to make Charlotte their home. So whether you're moving in 2 weeks or 2 years, just give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or better yet, schedule a Zoom call with us so we can get familiar with your situation, put a face to a name, and start planning your move to Charlotte in advance. Okay, so today I have an urgent message for home buyers who are on the fence about buying a house in 2022. And folks, the window of opportunity is shrinking, and it's shrinking fast, especially for first-time home buyers. So what do I mean? If you've been paying attention to the housing market over the last 18 months, you've seen home prices skyrocket. In 2021, the median sales price across the Charlotte region rose by an average of 16.1%, and the same type of appreciation is expected for 2022. And some would argue that it won't be as high as last year, but with inventory at lower levels than they were just 60 days ago, my prediction is that 2022 will be the same. Not only that, but interest rates are rising as well. Just last week, this article came out from CNET and it reads, mortgage rates spike over the last few weeks. So just a year ago, a 30-year fixed rate was about 2.75%. Today, it's around 3.5%, and many predict that we'll cross over 4% by year end. Okay, so why is this so important? To put this into perspective, it may be best if I share a story with you. So last January, a client of mine named Sean gave me a call and wanted to start the home buying process. He was pre-approved up to $325,000 with a 30-year fixed rate of 2.75%. And Sean was super excited because this was gonna be his first house and he was tired of renting. He'd been renting for about 3 years at that point in time. When we started setting up his home search, he was very taken back by the limited amount of houses that were on the market. And we looked at several houses in the $280,000 price range. And even though some of those houses he liked a good bit, but for various reasons, he just wasn't 100% sold, and he decided not to make any offers and wanted to hold off to see what else might come on the market. Well, several weeks had passed and nothing much better caught his attention, so he continued to wait. In May, a couple houses came available that he really liked, and they were priced at $300,000. They were in the same area as the previous ones that we looked at a few months earlier, and they had very similar square footage. The only real difference was that these ones were now priced at $300,000 as opposed to $280,000 just a few months earlier. So we went out and we looked at him, and he decided to make an offer on one of them. And he submitted a pretty strong offer, but he decided to pull his offer at the last minute because he really wanted a 2-car garage, and this one only had a 1-car garage. So a few more weeks went by and a few more options came available. We went out and we took a look at them, but Sean wasn't completely sold on them due to the age of those particular houses. Now at this point in time, it's now getting into October, and we found 2 houses that were perfect for him. Just as before, they were very close in square footage, but they were priced at $320,000. And you get where I'm going with this, right? So Sean loved one of them and he wanted to make an offer. The problem, however, was there were multiple offers on this home, and we were gonna need to come in around $330,000 to have a chance at getting that house, which was over his qualifying amount of $325,000. So I told him to check with his lender and see if they could stretch him to $330,000. And here is where the major problem came in. Since interest rates had risen to 3.25%, Sean actually now only qualified for $315,000. This house is no longer an option for him, and we essentially had to reshift gears, change his search based upon his new approved amount. And to make matters worse, if interest rates continue to rise, he will be qualified for even less, and the types of houses that he's interested in won't even be able to be found in his price range. And the point of this story is that time is not our friend in this market, and we are seeing a lot of buyers getting squeezed out of the market when rising prices and rising interest rates happen at the same time. Sean ended up getting frustrated and decided to renew his lease in the hopes that the prices will come down going forward. And Sean, I'm sorry to tell you, my friend, home prices are not coming down. Now, I want to pause here and visually show you the impacts that rising prices and rising interest rates have created in the market and show you how the cost of waiting will ultimately hurt you. And as I mentioned, homes in the Charlotte market appreciated by roughly 16% last year. So let's start out with a house that was priced at $280,000 in January of 2021. The monthly principal and interest payment on that house at a fixed rate of 2.75% would have been $1,180. Now let's fast forward a year to January 2022. That same house that appreciated 16% is now worth $325,000. And because interest rates have risen to 3.5%, the new payment is $1,459. And that's a difference of $45,000 in sales price and a payment increase of $279 per month. So now let's take this out 1 year farther, assuming the same rate of appreciation applies along with additional increases in interest rates. In January 2023, that house is now worth $377,000, and with an interest rate of 4.25%, puts the total payment at $1,854. The total cost of waiting in just 2 years comes out to be $97,000 in equity and an increase of $674 in monthly payments. And that's exactly why right now is the time to buy. And here's some more intriguing news. Renting right now is more expensive than buying because housing inventory is so low. A lot of people can't compete in the purchase market, so they've had no other choice but to explore the rental side. And as demand for apartments and rental housing strengthens, it becomes a supply and demand issue, and rental companies and landlords can raise rates because people are willing to pay them. And here's an article from Fortune that says rental prices jumped more than 10% last year and are poised to go even higher in 2022. And I have a friend that works in property management in Florida, and he told me that rental rates in that state, in his area, have gone up 30% almost overnight. And the bottom line is buying a home right now is your best bet, especially if you're a first-time buyer and you are close to getting squeezed out of the market. So here are 4 lessons to take away from this video. Number 1, you don't have time in this market to think about it. If you find a house that checks off 80% of your boxes, move on it. Worst case is you live in the house 2 years and then you move to your dream home. You're still likely to make a very nice profit on the house that you didn't absolutely love, but in other words, you can't be too picky in the market right now. Number 2, your window of opportunity is getting very narrow if you're approved up to a certain price point. And as you can see in the story about Sean, it took him just 1 year before he was completely priced out of the market. Number 3, interest rates are going up, which will impact your payment. But with home prices rising at the same time, you're getting double whammied. Number 4, you have to be prepared to go over asking price in a lot of cases and be willing to get aggressive with a really nice due diligence fee to catch the eyes of that seller, especially when there are multiple offers. If my team and I can help you out in any way, please give us a call, shoot us a text, or schedule a Zoom call with us so we can get familiar with your situation and put a great strategy in place to help you along with your move. And that link is in the description below. And please subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications so you'll be notified of every video I put out on a weekly basis. And finally, if you want a copy of my book, Buying Your Dream Home, go ahead and click the link in the description below and download it right to your phone or computer. And this book will walk you through the entire home buying process from start to finish. And you may want to check out this video where I go into detail about the Dreamline Realty's home buying process and what to expect when working with the Dream Team. Thanks for watching. Make it a great day.